What I want you to do, though, is I want you to be audacious. What is the purpose of your store? Be bold, be confident, because purpose is much more than a commercial. It's the reason why your store exists. Hello there, and welcome back to the Richer Retailer Podcast. You are in for a treat today. I can't wait to share this with you. A few weeks ago, I shared with you our mission to help support 100 store owners to reach $1 million in sales sustainably, meaning less hustle, less grind, more peace, and also profitably, right? Those two things. And what's so interesting is that as you start to make bold moves like that in your business, I was so nervous about sharing that. I don't even know why. I self-sabotaged so much. I was literally sweating through that whole podcast. Oh my golly, it was so funny. And then was so nervous when I was talking to my clients about it at our retreat last week. And they're all like, what are you talking about? Well, when I shared that I wanted to help support 100 store owners to reach $1 million in sales, and all of the clients were like looking at each other and like, well, that makes sense. That is what you should do. Well, it was scary to me. It was so funny, but it was great to hear that, right? So it's consistent. It's in alignment with what we do already, right? Well, then what happened is that I realized that what we stand for now had to be updated. We had to share that with the world. And then I decided that our manifesto had to be updated. And our manifesto, let me tell you the power of a manifesto, and I'll get into all of it. In fact, what I'm doing today is something I've never done before. I'm actually going to be teaching you out of our Retail Mavens coaching program how you can create your own manifesto, because that's how powerful this is. And so I'm going to give you all the information about it at no cost. I'm just sharing with you because I want you to just get an idea of how we work, the scientific way and the heart way that we approach everything. And then if you're interested in getting more information about how to work with us, you can set up a call with Crystal. In the show notes, there's a link there. So let me tell you about your manifesto and how it becomes your greatest customer magnet. Like, I'm literally thinking of one of those big U-shaped magnets that you're going to hold at the front of your store, and it's just going to pull people to you. It will. I remember when I had my store, my kids' clothing stores, I had 3 of them, and there was a time when I believed that everyone was my potential customer, because everyone knows a child, right? So they're either a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle or a family friend. So it makes sense that they would all need something from a kid's store, right? And so I would spend a fortune advertising everywhere and didn't even realize that I wasn't really targeting my ideal customer. That's also an important topic, but I'm not talking about that today. But really what I recognized finally was that I wasn't attracting anyone, because I wasn't saying what I stood for. And what I finally realized was that when I was trying to please everyone, I attracted no one. That's what I did. Or at least not enough of the right people, right? Because when you're just some nondescript store, you're like a department store. You've got a little bit of something for everybody. But that's not really who you are, is it? You are a unique store with a unique personality. No other store has your exact look, has your exact vibe when you're in the store, and has your exact messaging or your exact product mix. It's so different. And that unique flavor, that is what makes you, you. That's your customer magnet. That is literally that big U-shaped magnet at the front of your store, pulling people to the door. Because when you are clear and you are proud of who you are as a person and as a business, the customers who love you and what you offer and what you stand for will find you. They will find you. Now, if you feel like you're not entirely clear about that on who you are, don't panic. This is exactly what I'm going to go through and teach you about today. You're going to create what might be known as a mission statement or like a manifesto, like I said. The difference between a mission statement and a manifesto is that a manifesto is much more action driven. You'll see what I mean when I share ours. But in reality, what it is it's actually your customer magnet. That is actually what it is. When I think of a manifesto, I think of an item that does all the lifting for you. It shares why you exist. Let me read to you this little quote here. A manifesto is your brand's Magna Carta and your Declaration of Independence and your Rosetta Stone all rolled into one. It's the halftime locker room speech given by the CEO, the words of the founder heard on the mountaintop before bringing down the stone tablets. Reading a great brand manifesto should make you want to run out and try that product. You should feel the brand fire in your bones. That is what a manifesto is. That is what it is. Luke Sullivan did that, and I just think that it's so powerful. It lets people know who you are. It lets your team know who you are and what they represent as well, too. So it's something that they're proud of, that they're not working for a nondescript store that offers good customer service, doesn't everybody? A manifesto can be the instant North Store lightning rod that when you're onboarding new employees, new team members, it clearly articulates what you stand for beyond the products and services that you offer. And it becomes something that you can use in your marketing to make sure people know what you stand for because they will care. Think about brands that you know. Think about Apple. I have a little thing here. Let me read this to you. Apple's is, here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs and square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the one thing you cannot do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. You're either like an Apple person, or you're not, right? Do you see what I'm saying? This either vibe with this, you either align with this, or you don't. And it's not right or wrong. It's just personal preference. That's all it is. The other one I always love to share is the difference between the two clothing lines, North Face and Patagonia. Patagonia says, build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, use business to inspire and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. I mean, that's what Patagonia does. They are for sure about sustainability, right? Meanwhile, North Faces, this is what theirs says. Why do we explore? Do we simply want to go places we've never been before? No, it goes far deeper than that. We explore so that we may know the earth better and along the way ourselves. How willful are we? How strong? How brave? We embrace the struggle and accomplish things others thought impossible. The equipment we rely on is more than our tools. It's how we transport ourselves from who we are to who we will be. These are life's great moments. We do not explore to cheat death. We explore to celebrate life, and we will never stop exploring. They both sell coats. They both sell clothing, but they come at it from such a completely different place, don't they? That is the power of what a manifesto does for you. The fact is that you don't need all the people to shop at your store. You need more of the right people, the people who stand for what you stand for. So I'm going to read you a little bit of ours, and I'm going to kind of sprinkle it out through our meeting today, through our episode today. So this is our Richer Retailer Manifesto. We know that money fuels freedom, impact, and joy. Some shy away from the word richer. We don't talk about money, they say, but we do. We do, because to us, richer means profit and a richer life, and we are not afraid to claim both. We believe that the richer retailer doesn't have to settle. They can claim the tools, the clarity, and support to fuel their vision, and they act on it. We refuse to accept chaos or guesswork or just getting by as the standard. We refuse to separate success from well-being or growth from joy. That is who we are. I stand proudly on all of that because that's what it is. It's not that I'm not like in the line about the chaos. We refuse to accept chaos, guesswork, or just getting by. As the standard, I'm not saying it doesn't happen once in a while, but as the standard, no. We are not happy with that because we know that doesn't make us the best version of ourselves, right? So there's a whole worksheet in the show notes that I'm just giving you free access to. You don't have to give me anything for it because all I'm asking is that when you create this, please tag us in it because I want to know what you've done. This is just such a powerful thing. And so you really want to know that you're putting a flag in the stand, and not in the sand, because that makes it sound like it can move, but the flag in the ground about who you are. And so there's a couple of ways we do it. You start out by thinking about what the personality of your store is. And actually, one of the best exercises you can do is to go into online, either into Facebook or Instagram, and tell people, listen, I'm doing a marketing exercise, and I'm wondering what 3 words come to mind when you think of my store, when you think of us. It is often one of the most engaging posts you'll ever make. It's so fabulous to get all this feedback about how other people see your store. It's just beautiful. And so on this worksheet, I ask you to list out just 5 words or a little bit more, and then talk about where your personality shows up. Like, how could you see it? And where else could it show up? Because what we see is that your personality shows up in your marketing, it shows up in your events, it shows up in the way your bathroom is decorated, it shows up in the way that you interact with people in the store. How about what are other places that you'd like to dream about that your store's personality could show in? You can fill out those on the worksheet too. What I want you to do, though, is I want you to be audacious. What is the purpose of your store? Be bold, be confident, because purpose is much more than a commercial. It's the reason why your store exists. I always love using the example of Kim from Fabulous Female, because she just doesn't sell women's clothes. She sells confidence and beauty. She wants women to walk into her stores, be able to take a deep breath, let their shoulders drop, and be taken care of, be seen, and see the beauty in them that their team sees. Does that make sense? It's so powerful. So what is it for you? If you're a maker store, why are you a maker store? Why do you exist? And what do you want it to be? And along with this, you can tie in what are your personal core values? Do they go along with this too? Because they certainly reflect what is truly important to you as a person. What values feel like you couldn't be you without them? Actually, I love this one. So now I want to share a couple of things from our Richer Retailer Manifesto, because these are things that I have to have. This is who we are, right? So our community is for those who want to be challenged. We lead with numbers and heart, with ruthless math and audacious hope. If accountability and bold actions scare you, this is not your place. That is true. That is true of how I've always run my life, my company. These are certainly core values of mine. We are changing what it means to scale a store past $1 million in sustainable, profitable sales. From hustle to peace, from exhaustion to intention, we build worlds where teams thrive and customers feel celebrated. Right? So that's part of what we also dig into here. How do your personal values translate into your store values? And how do you run your business and make choices for your business in a way that aligns with your personal values? I find that I need accountability. I can't do things on my own. I can't trust myself to do things on my own. And so we've set up Retail Mavens to do that. We all help each other as a team to do that. That's part of how we do things differently than other businesses do because of these core values. We don't just deliver, so here, here you go, just take care of this stuff and we'll see you next month. No, that's not how it works. We give you support all along the way because we know that if you are audacious in hope and you're using ruthless math, sometimes obstacles come up. And we don't want those obstacles to stop you. So we are checking in. We've changed so much of what we do, so that we can give you greater accountability to help support you, because we've gotten stuck and we don't want it to happen to you. There's all these questions that you can answer, and some are more important than others. You just have to answer what you feel like makes you get closer to talking about what it is you stand for and who you are. So talk about what made you decide to go in business for yourself. How has your why changed over the course of owning your business? That's fabulous. What's the biggest difference between your store and other stores offering similar products or services? What makes you angry about the way your competitors or other retail stores in general do business? Oh my goodness, I could talk about this for so long. In fact, let me just share one of our other things. One of our other parts of our manifesto. We have 7 different statements in here. So to be a richer retailer is to step fully into clarity, confidence, and control over your business and your time. It's more than strategy. It's more than systems. It's who you become. And once your identity is shifted, you will never want to go back. That is what we're here for. We are here for transformation. We are here to make you richer in every way, not just the store, but also at home and also in time. And it makes me mad that other people don't approach it that way, because there's no such thing as work-life balance. It is all life. Can I get an amen, right? Oh, that's so true. So I love that question. What makes you angry? If you could change one thing about the world, what would it be? I know for me, it's community. I would want more community. And so how do I do that? How can I get more community in what we do? How can I tie that into all of this? Well, and I did. I talked to you about it, right? If your store could be remembered for one legacy, what would that be? Do you see how these questions just get you thinking? It's so powerful, but don't overthink it. You have to think it through, but you don't want to overthink it. So we have all these questions and places for you to fill it all out on the worksheet. And then we actually come down to a part where you can actually build your own customer magnet, where you're really just filling in the blanks. That's what you're doing. Everyone deserves blank. There is no substitute for blank. We refuse to blank. This is so powerful. We are changing this. Insert your passion. We know blank will change the world, and we are making it happen together. Right now. Are you in? That is how you create this magnet. This is how you make yourself stand out. This is how you draw people to you. And this is the final statement in our manifesto. Our mission is to transform retail and build a world where you thrive through change. We never lose. We win or we learn. Thank you, Nelson Mandela, for that quote. We fail fast, act boldly, and we're making it happen together, right here, right now. This is not just an invitation. This is a declaration. You are a richer retailer. The movement starts with you, and it starts now. For sure, some of you, you're not even listening anymore because, this was just all. And that's great. You want people to either be with you or against you, right? That's what you want. And so that's what's so powerful about this. This process will help you reconnect with your big why. But why? Why did you open the store? Why do you sell what you sell and do what you do? What reality are you creating that you didn't before? And we give you all the tools and all the steps and everything to go through. We're in the worksheets that are in the show notes. We're offering this to you just so you can see how we work and so you can see how if we're right for you or not. And if so, please reach out to Crystal. You got to know we've been around this. We've been doing this a very long time. She'll literally guide you the right way. She has been working in retail for so long. She worked in corporate for quite a while, and she was the person, the MacGyver that they would send turn around and transform failing stores. So this girl knows what she's talking about. You're lucky to be talking to her. She's so great at creating strategies for you. And that's what that game plan call is. And if there's a way we can support you with it, that's fine. But if not, it's fine too. We'll be here for you. With the manifesto like that, we're not done changing the world. We're not done creating richer retailers, because we know to be a richer retailer is to step fully into clarity, confidence, and control over your business and your time. It's more than a strategy. It's more than systems. It's who you become. And we are here to support you, because once your identity has shifted like that, you'll never want to go back. Oh, it is so heartwarming to watch. I'm so grateful to God that we get to do this every single day. Well, listen, if you have any questions about this, please let us know. Please tag us at Retail Mavens, no matter where you are when you get this completed. All right? Do it now, before the holidays. It will help get you all pumped up. It will help get your team all pumped up and on the right direction. It'll really get you started. It'll be like a rocket ship for what's possible for you for the next 3 months. All right. Thank you so very much. Know that you are astonishing and that you are loved. Happy retailing.